Hi Bromies, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards, and today you guys, we have an Altenew video hop, and I am so happy to be here to show you the card that I'm going to be making with some of their latest products. Make sure that you check the description down below for any prizes that there are. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some, and you're going to want them. Before we get started, I just want to ask a few things of you. Please subscribe to this channel if you're new here or you've just discovered me, or you know, you've been watching for a while and you wasn't for sure and like, go ahead and subscribe, it's fine. Click that bell to get notifications to know so that you know new videos are out. Also, leave some comments down below. That's probably going to be one of the things you have to do to win this prize that Altenew has, is to leave some conversation down below and let's chit chat a little bit. And then lastly, share the love. If you know someone that may like this video, pass it on over to them. You never know, they might win the Altenew prize as well. So without further ado, let's get looking down at the desk to see what we're going to be using today. Alrighty, so we're going to be using some various cardstock colors today. So we got those here. We're going to be using the Altenew Mini Delight Plants and Vases set. We're going to be using the stamp wheel. We're also going to be using the colors Mocha and Silver Lining. We're going to be using some tape and a blending brush. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do some ink blending because we need this to dry while we're doing our other things here. So let's go ahead and get this placed onto, actually it may be better to do this here first because we want to measure. We want to make sure that we get the tape in the right place when we go to do this, because we are making what's going to look like a table that these bases are on. And in order to make sure that this is straight, I want to use the lines on the glass mat to make sure that it's straight. That looks good. There we go. All right, and then we can go ahead and place it down onto the grip mat. I guess we really don't need the grip mat because we do have the tape here, but it's fine. We're just going to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Mocha, and we are going to just blend this on the bottom part of this card to make it look like there is a table. This is super easy. You just take the ink and you just blend it on. The only thing you want to do is make sure you don't go above these lines here. But outside of that, super easy. Now, when we get done with this, it's still going to look pretty splotchy, and that's because it takes a little time for the ink to settle into the paper. So it'll look splotchy as we take it off here, but by the time we come back to it, it's going to look pretty good. So we're just going to cover this really good here. Get this nice and covered. This is looking good. I think we might be good here. Let's do one more round. Just go around the edges here. Alrighty. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and reveal this. This is one of my favorite things to see. Look how awesome that looks. And then we'll reuse this tape for the die cutting machine. So let me go ahead and get this cleaned up and we'll start on the next step. Okay, so up next we are going to do some die cutting. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut both of these dies. I'm going to cut two of these out in the black paper, and then I'm going to alternate between the colors with these guys and stamp out all of the, or I'm sorry, die cut all of these. So basically I'm going to show you how I do one, and then I'll do the rest and then I'll come back. But because these have some texture in them, I just want to be sure that that goes through the paper. So I'm just going to put a paper shim here. That's just some random paper that I have. And then I'm going to run it through the die cutting machine. And then I'll show you guys what this looks like as it comes out. And then what I'll do is I'll do the other ones and we'll come back and start the next process of the card. So there we go. This is what it looks like. It has some great, so it has some texture in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and die cut all these out of the various colors, and then I'll be back to show you what all this looks like. Okay, so here we have all the vases. They are cut out, or vases if you're fancy. We do have those cut out, but we're going to move on to the next step. And now we are going to go ahead and work on the sentiment. So we're going to bring back the stamp wheel here and go ahead and place this down. And I want to use the sentiment, let's see here, wishing you a day filled with love and joy. So we're going to go ahead and get this placed down onto the stamp wheel here. I want to make sure this is straight. We're going to be cutting a strip out of it, so you know, we want it to be straight as possible. All right, so we have that down onto the stamp wheel. Then we are going to use our anti-static tool because we do not want the embossing powder to stick to the paper. And then we will use some embossing ink. Stamp that down. We don't want to press too hard because we want to make sure that the letters stay, you know, we don't want them to get smushed and be distorted. So we just lightly tap when we're stamping, and if we need to do it 12 times, we do it 12 times, but we won't need to. I think twice is good. There we go. And now we are going to do this in white embossing powder. So let me get that pulled out here. I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to dip it down in there. I don't feel like using the spoon today. I might regret that, but we shall see. All right, that looks great. I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to take off some of this extra powder here. I'm going to heat emboss this and go ahead and get this cut into a strip, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I did finish the sentiment here. We do have it on the side. I'm going to set it over here so that I make sure I do not lose it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping with the silver lining. And what I want to do is I'm going to line some of our vases here up, because what I want to do is stamp some plants coming out of them. So I kind of want to put the vases where they're pretty much going to go on the card. And then what we'll do is we'll line up the stamps to go along with the colors of the card. Or I'm sorry, to line up with the vases here. I need to scoot some stuff over here. There we go, that's looking good. And so what I want to do is take these flowers or these plants that are here, and I just want to get them down pretty good to where I think they would look okay. So that looks pretty good right there. We are then going to take maybe this guy. Put that about right there. And then I think this is eucalyptus maybe. We'll put that there. This one I'm going to use the same, so we'll stamp that out here in a few. And then actually all the smaller ones are going to have the same plant. So, and then we're going to have this guy here. So let me go ahead and remove these. And get them down onto the stamp wheel. And then we are going to stamp those out with the silver lining ink. So we're just going to stamp that out twice just to make sure that it looks really good. It'll probably get filled in. It looked a little splotchy, but that's because you know, it takes a little time for the ink to settle into the paper, but that's okay. We'll just do this twice. All right. So that looks good. And then what we're going to do is I had another one here, I think. So we're going to put that here. Let's take these guys off. And we'll get this one stamped out. And then I'll go ahead and stamp the other one, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and start putting the card together. What I've done is I've taken each vase and I've put in some foam tape on the back of it. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting this together. And I kind of just wanna put the vases under each one of these. So what we'll do is we'll take the backing off. We'll go ahead and get this placed onto the card. I'm not gonna press super hard because I wanna make sure all the vases are in the area that I want them to be before I press them down, because once you stick this tape down, it could be a little dangerous. So we'll stick that there. And dangerous, I mean as in you can't get them up, not as in like, you know, you might be murdered or something. Again, we're not sticking them all the way down because we may need to do some adjustments, just like I needed to do on that one. And see, I'm going to have to do some adjustments, I believe, here. So let me just... Yeah, okay. So, all right, let's move this guy over if we can, just a little bit. We are going to cut... Oh, perfect. The tape has not, or the foam tape has not adhered to the paper, which is a good thing because we need to move a piece of this. There we go. Let's see here. This, you guys. See, I've messed this up already. Here we go. See, even card makers, ones that do videos, we mess it up sometimes. All right, so there we go. That wanted that there. And then this one goes here. And then, no. This one goes over, like that. This one goes under. This one goes over. And then let's take this off. We need to be able to move this over just a little bit more so that it doesn't hang off the card too much. All right, that looks good. And then what we'll do is we will just take some glue for the sentiment. Get this placed onto the card. And there we go. We have the finished card. I love this card. It looks super nice. It's simple. It's kind of just straight up, you know, kind of like muted tones. It's not super bright. I love how the flowers came out, like they're shadows. They're super light. And I just think this is a very nice card. Definitely something that you could recreate and make over and over again and make multiples. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you leave some comments down below to put yourself into the contest to win some prizes from Altenew. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. You click the bell so that you know new videos are out. And then share some love. If you think someone would like this video, go ahead and send it out to them. So until next time, I hope you're doing well, friends, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!